Hello world, and welcome to Elevated Intuition. Today we are doing a pick card reading for what they honestly think and feel about you. It doesn't have to be romantic. Many of the cards, the ways that somebody thinks about you can be very romantic, and others it's just they have a mentor type thing about you, or so you could be asking about maybe your boss at work, or this new friend down the block. We just want to get a really what we want and what they want and think about you. So we have these cards. You get to pick the card, the number, the object I'll be placing here in the moment. You use your intuition to do that. You meet me at your reading. The timestamps are down below in the description, and then I use my intuition to read the cards for you. We have these decks that we use. Then I've got I have this other tarot deck where I pull a card for each of your people. We get kind of an energy of them, then what they think, what they feel, and then get kind of a full picture of what's going on in their minds, in their heads, because we want to kind of get who we're talking about and see things through their eyes to get their perspective and get that thinking and feeling about you. So yeah, lots of decks today that we use, but the primary deck here for group 1, this is a Panda deck. This is the Way of the Panda. Also for group 1, the object is a green jade heart. For group number 2, this is Kawaii tarot. Kawaii is, I think it means cute in Japanese, but it's embodies cuteness. So anime would be kawaii, would be that kawaii style. So this has got a lot of animals. It's a cute deck. And for the object that goes with it is, I'm not sure exactly what Jasper this is, but it's a Jasper heart, generic Jasper heart. That's anything but generic. For group number 3, this is Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. This is probably the most traditional deck that I have out today. And the object that goes with it is Septarian Nodule. They're petrified mud bubbles. So they look beautiful for petrified mud bubbles. For group number 4, this is Mystic Mondays. It's a vintage cartoon deck, as you can kind of tell here from this moon. But it's a pretty amazing deck. I really like it. I would say it's probably the second most traditional deck that's out here. And the object that goes with it is this Brecciated Jasper. So if you're still not sure which group is for you, that's okay. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tap into that intuition. That's what we're doing here. We're learning how to tap into that intuition, using our discernment, possibly learning how to read tarot for yourself. That's okay. We are unraveling mysteries that can be tough. If you're not sure which group is for you, let's just take a moment. I'm going to take some breaths. I will invite you to do that with me. Go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And release. Okay, go ahead and continue breathing. Deep breathing as I'm telling you to set the intention of getting the messages that you need to hear. Not necessarily what we want to hear, but what we need to hear. The reason that I put that initial card out there about your person is sometimes there's an opinion by somebody about ourselves, and just based on who they are, who cares what their opinion is, right? So maybe that's what you need to come away with. Maybe there are some things that you really respect this person and they're giving you the truth, and there's some things that are being shown back in that mirror that are kind of hard to digest but necessary. Unfortunately, that kind of thing happens when we set the intention of what we need to hear. Okay, take another deep breath in and release. we're just releasing out the tension. We're here in the moment. Go ahead and open your eyes, and wherever your eyes are drawn, that is the group for you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I love and appreciate you, and I hope that you have an amazing day, and I will meet you at your reading. Hello, Group 1. We've got our Jade Heart here, our Panda deck, our number 1, and we are going to get to the messages here of what they honestly think and feel about you. First, though, I want to start with this card. I pulled a card for each deck to give me an answer on who this person is initially, because it's important to really understand who they are to get their perspective on the world. I mean, we need to know what motivates them, who they are at their core. It also serves as a kind of check for you to make sure we're asking about the right person, or if you're not quite sure, you might have multiple people in mind, which one is coming through and which messages you need to hear right now. We have the 5 of Fire. So your person, or 5 of Wands, your person is passionate, ambitious, but they're also conflicted. I think they have an ego. They are competitive. This says conflicts with others caused by opposing opinions. This is somebody who is fine expressing those opposing opinions. However, when I see this particular card where we've got these mirrors behind here, your person might just like to talk to their echo chamber though. So you might have a conflict with them if you have an opposing opinion, because I think they like being echoed back what they are saying. Walk away from drama unless the situation is really worth your time. That is the message for you, because I think this person is okay with drama. They like the drama. They like to feel right. They like to, I don't want to say pompous, but they like to have that like little, and you know, I kind of get that, you know, we all have an ego, but you know, some people are more forceful about it than others. Stand up for yourself. That's also a message for you as well, because this person is definitely going to stand up for themselves, and very ambitious people. So let's talk about thinking and feeling. Let's get some messages about thinking, what they think about you, what do they think about you, and then what do they feel about you. I'm just gonna kind of go through this deck. This one's hard to do the way I like to pick cards, so I do something special with this. Okay, so thinking and feeling. Look at this 5 of Swords, very reminiscent here of the 5 of Wands. They think that when you have an opposing opinion, when you don't agree with them 100%, that you are trying to fight with them, because this is our feeling, right? So they think that you're intelligent. We've got the Fool reversed, and we've got the King of Cups. I think they try to convince you to kind of go along with their plans, with their system. I think you are correct in using your discernment, your intellect, your intuition to guide you. They want to be the leader, and they think that a lot of times you might be a little bit too emotional about things. That doesn't mean they're right. The things that they think and feel about you, just because they think them and feel them, doesn't mean that they're right. And in this case, I kind of feel like your person, or this person, is a little self-centered. So, in fact, you know, and unless you're going along with their program, they feel like they have conflicts. Then we also have 7 of Wands in reverse. So the way they feel about you is they feel like they 5 of Wands, 7 of Wands, 5 of Swords. They feel like every time that they mention something, it has to be a fight. And I think that the issue is not necessarily you, but it's them, because they feel like they're right. This might be the kind of person where if you want to do something, you kind of have to plant seeds and make it feel like it's their idea. And I almost feel like they have like a knee-jerk reaction to something, and because they take things very, very personally, where when you mention something and you're just bringing it up as a topic, you're not even disagreeing with them, you're just like, hey, have you thought about this? They immediately get defensive with you, and they feel like you like to start fights. And I don't think that's true. I just think that from their perspective, and you're like, what are you, I'm trying to eat, and you're showing your emotion and you're being vulnerable, but they're not seeing that necessarily as a positive in the way that you would. Let's see. Oh, I'll just give me another card about how this person thinks and feels about our group number 1. They think and feel about our group number 1. Ooh, yeah, they really don't like it when they think that you're a very powerful person. I think that's why they have this, I think there's a little bit of insecurity here. I feel like when you say something, like, it carries weight. So when it is something in opposition to what they think, or it challenges their worldview, it's very difficult for them. They do want to have a friendship with you. They do think that you're wise, which I think sometimes when you get a backlash from them, that's even harder for them to comprehend, because they do have a favorable opinion of you, but the conflict comes in how they see themselves and how they're not able to change their worldview. And I feel like you kind of come from different perspectives. I'll just read what it says here, just so you know. It says friendship, fairies and humans. This is a fairy deck, by the way. Fairies and humans alike need friends. Now is the time to seek those out who will support and encourage you on your journey to fulfill your dreams. They wish that you were a little bit more encouraging of them. And I don't know, maybe they're right about that. Maybe you are trying to encourage them. I feel like there's like almost a miscommunication. I think you have positive intentions, but like I said, they don't see it as positive because they see it as you are confronting them, because they see the world, just their worldview. That's why I like to pull this card here. I think this is amazing that we have this, because otherwise you'd be like, we have to see the world through their lens in this reading to figure out why they think and feel the way that they do. They see everybody as opposing them, and they might feel so. Unfortunately, if you want to have a genuine conversation with them, like and we have the 7 of Wands here as well, where that comes in as kind of like almost like there's a barrier up right away. They're not. They like to have a friendship with you, but almost on their terms, or friendship or more with you, but almost on their terms. Now, wisdom, I do feel like they think that you're wise and smart. So a lot of the times when you say something that conflicts with their worldview, it's not necessarily you that they're attacking. It's just a crack in their own ego, because they're like, how can I view you as being so smart, but yet you disagree with me? I think this is the kind of person that has a hard time agreeing to disagree. And they might also be somebody who kind of likes that kind of back and forth kind of fight thing. So they do seek out people who are intelligent. Just sometimes if they might be over emotional about it, or there's an over emotional card in here with the King of Cups. The Cups is about emotions. The Kings are totally in control of that, but we have it in reverse here. So sometimes emotions and logic are conflicting here, and that's because the ego is involved. You have been told that you are wise beyond your years, or have you been told that? Now is the time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you win a challenge. Now, that's funny that or help you with the challenge. It's funny that I said win, because I saw it as win, because these two cards are very much about conflict with others and trying to win those conflicts. So it just depends on how you are. Like if you are up for a challenge, if you're fine with debating, if this is a friendship kind of thing, if you like that back and forth, great, this is your person. If you want peace though, and you don't want drama, that's going to be difficult with this person because they're the ones who are bringing it. We have Rose and we have one more card. And we have Dandelion. Look at that. We have 2 flowers because there's only like 5 flowers in that deck. So that's amazing. They really think that you're very attractive. They have this very, and I think even with this kind of dragon card here, there's definitely a seduction quality about you, very physically attracted to you. And they think that you're intelligent, but your intelligence is different than yours. And they're not quite sure how to either negotiate with you, or I feel like they have this like winning instinct that pops in every once in a while, so they just feel like they need to win at every cost. They might be somebody who is going to say not so nice things to you just because they're mad or hurt, their pride's hurt, they have an ego thing going on. It has nothing to do with you and everything to do with their quest to win things. I mean, the rose has always been a symbol of love. Well, has it always? Yeah. I mean, there's different colors, but we're going with the classic rose, the classic red rose. When I said we have dandelion is flower, but it's complex and beautiful in its own way. So yeah, definitely a lot of physical attraction here. The rose, affection, friendship, affection, they have affection to you, even though I feel like there's a lot of conflict between the two of you. Mostly because I think that there's conflict within your person. I think there's a dark side, or it may not even be really that dark, but they have this idea of this perfect veneer. And there's a little vapid on their end. I think you're a deeper person than they are. I think that's one of the things, you know, the Fool in reverse here. You're nobody's fool. I feel like that, and wisdom plays into that too. I think they see you as a very wise person. And again, I think their ego wants them to surround, like I see that they see you as arm candy plus. Where you are like this attractive but also very thinking and feeling person. Again, sometimes a little too emotional for them, but I feel like that they have a problem expressing emotions. So, and that's on them. So them thinking that you're too emotional is not bad at all, or criticism. I do feel like though in dealing with this person, like having a boundary around them, or understanding that they're just gonna say certain things maybe to get a rise out of you. I feel like they have a lot of wishful thinking around you with the dandelion. The dandelion is about wishes. You blow on that to create wishes, to put your thoughts out there. You might be a little bit more practical than they are when we have the Fool in reverse. Like I kind of feel like they're more of the fool person and you're the Fool in reverse. I think that this is almost a case of opposites attract a little bit. I think that they want to project the image of being wise and emotionally deep and intelligent. But I feel like that, again, that ego and their quest for perfection, I feel like they quest perfection. I feel like they are really attracted to you and they feel like you have a lot of like those perfect qualities in a person, but what they think about you is that you challenge the way that they think, and that's why we get some drama and we get some defensive from them. Again, with this demon card that comes out, I feel like that represents more of them, more of their dark side. So I would just be careful there. I would be careful with the drama. There are a lot of people that are like this though, and if you're a spiritual person and they're more of on the normie side, and you know what I'm talking about, if this is you, you know, breaking down those walls and moving forward or changing your beliefs. I mean, there are different phases in our lives where we change our beliefs because we grow and we mature and I feel like you're a little bit ahead of them on whatever spectrum, whether that is the like spiritual perspective, whether that's the political perspective. I feel like there's a lot of political things going in here as well. And I don't know, I almost feel like you're more of a realist and they're an idealist. And this might also be in like a working relationship or where you are like, okay, well, you know, this is our budget. This is what we got to do. This is what we need to do to increase sales. And they're like, oh, we need to put out a Super Bowl ad. And you're like, that's not our demographic. but so that's the kind of like things that are coming in, influencing here. And you might feel like, I think that you're asking questions about how they think and feel about you, because it might be a little bipolar, a little wishy-washy, but it's really where it really depends on when you're going along with the program or when you're challenging their ego, and sometimes it might be better for others, but you know, it really kind of depends on what's going on in their life and how they're going to react. And if it's going to be a verbal fight, if it's a physical fight, obviously you need to seek help other than a tarot reading here, but like a verbal kind of fight with them. And it might be like, I don't really get this because we talked about this and now we're here. But a lot of times you will talk about things and you'll think that you're on the same page because you are being realistic and they're being idealistic. So they're just like, oh yeah, no problem. And then a month from now, when it comes true what you said and it didn't work out the way that they thought, you might be paying the price for that. You might be paying the price for being that idealist where things didn't work out the way that they really wanted them to. So this person, I feel like, needs to mature a lot, and it really just depends on where you are in the scale of this happening, because I feel like this can happen in a lot of different interactions. Do they come back and say they're sorry? Do they readjust their worldview? Are they progressing? Are they moving on? Do you, when you adjust the way that you speak to them, because it might just be people speak different languages even if they're speaking the same language. And what I mean by that is, like, there are people who I know, I watch them fight, who are saying the exact same thing and they're yelling at each other, but it's like you guys are actually agreeing, you're just using different terminology or you're putting it in a different way. So when you adjust the way that you say things, do you then get along? Because forever, long term, like, you should not be paying for being right. You should not be paying for expressing, you know, it depends on like the depth of this relationship. A friendship relationship, like, yeah, agree to disagree. Can they do that though? And but an intimate partnership, this might need a little bit more work on how you communicate with each other, and really ideally finding how you are, because I've this more work area, but sometimes you just have to stroke somebody's ego and then they listen to you. And an example of that was this guy I was a receptionist, and this guy kept calling for my boss, and my boss was in a meeting, and I was like, oh, you know, Chuck, you know what? I know that he really wants to speak to you. Hold on just a moment. I will see where he is, because your call is really, really important. And I just put him on hold for a while, and I'm like, I've looked everywhere, I can't find him, and I don't want you to have to hold anymore. You know, that's the same thing as saying, dude, he's not here, I'll take a message. But you're saying it in a way where this person feels good about himself. So should you have to do that? No. But if you want to avoid a fight, sometimes you have to understand, like, this person has this ego, and you're like, you can say things in a different way to kind of reframe it. So that's what I have for you, group 1. I hope that you have an amazing day. I hope this is helpful. Please let me know, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, group 2, and welcome to your reading. I have our really pretty Jasper here, our number 2, and then this is our Kiwi deck. It means cute. I think it's Japanese, it means cute. So the first card I'm pulling here is kind of an energy on your person, because to read the cards from their perspective, we need to tap into the energy and who they are. And the overall card here that came out was the Dreamer. This is the first card in tarot. It's the Fool card in other decks, if you're familiar with that. So the Dreamer, the Fool, but in a very fun and kind of wistful way. Maybe naive at sometimes. This says a new start, trust yourself, push your fears aside, take a leap of faith. So this is a person who is just like they always see the potential in something. They may not finish things. They may seem like somebody who doesn't really put work into things. This might be somebody who has a fresh start, new beginning. They may have started just a new job. They may have come to a new city. They may have just finished one phase and they're on to the next phase of their life, and they're really excited and happy about it. These fools or dreamers are fun people to be around. They are great, like a hype man. They'll hype you up, they'll hype themselves up. And again, like they would be an amazing muse, I would think, where if you have an idea, this is the person you go to, because they're going to be like, yeah, go on, get that, do that, you got this. They are going to see the positives in situations. So we're going to do think and feel. How did they think about you? What do they think about you? And we get the 3 of Wands, and we get the Sun. That's very positive. And how do they feel about you? We get the Knight of Cups. They're very attracted to you. We get the Lovers. So this is, they think that you're amazing. The 3 of Wands reversed. The Wands is a card about going out and going on an adventure. So you may not be as adventurous as they are. That doesn't mean you're not adventurous. They are very, very high on the adventure scale. So you may just be like halfway adventurous. Instead of going and skiing in Canada, you just want to go and ski domestically type thing. Or instead of rock climbing, you just want to go to the gym, the rock climbing gym. So this is not necessarily a negative. You're just not on the level of them on their wistfulness and their adventurousness. But they might need you for that. They might need you to kind of ground them a little bit. So I'm not seeing the 3 of Wands as a negative. But Wands as a whole is amazing in a kind of like a relationship reading here. I imagine that a lot of you are asking about how somebody thinks and feels about you because you're looking to pursue a romantic relationship. We have Wands, the Sun, the Lovers, the Cups. I mean, whoever this person is to you, like Sun, Moon, and Stars, they think you hung it. They have like this connection with you. They feel like they have this where they can talk to you, and where they feel like their opinion matters and your opinion matters. The Knight of Cups is kind of like that Casanova kind of feeling. So Knight of Cups can be kind of like a love them and leave them kind of thing. So I would be concerned about that if this is a love reading or a type of relationship reading, kind of like what have you done for me right now. This seems like the kind of person who might just like be totally enamored at the moment in this situation, and yes, but then they're on to the next situation. Now the Lovers kind of grounds that a little bit, the Sun kind of grounds that a little bit as well, but I'm just saying, like, the Dreamer and the Knight of Cups, like I said, the Knight of Cups is a Casanova card, next conquest. And then we have the Dreamer, who's all about conquest and adventure and going out. So are they doing these conquests and adventures with you? Or is it just like a hot flame right now and then it burns out? Because it could be like that. So just be careful. I'm just going to get some more cards here. And we have Metamorph. I'll get more into that in a second. Just pull out some more cards. How do they think and feel? How do they think? more about think, magical blessings, and more about feel, life energy. So they are into you. They're into this. They might have been like in the past, kind of like a Casanova, kind of like that love them and leave them type person. But the metamorphosis means that things are changing. It's interesting that this is kind of like has a night and day kind of feel to it. And you have the sun. So like on the day side, they feel more grounded, more like a human, even though they kind of have this idea of themselves as a magical creature. I feel like you, again, a lot of magic here. They feel like destiny is what brought you here to them, and with them they have like a lot of feelings like that, and that you're magical. The sun would say that, so would magical blessings. Whenever you're going through, you're being assisted by magical fairy blessings. The fairies say you can bless others too. And this person feels like you have blessed them. They are blessed to have you in their life. They're blessed to be around you. Life energy, the happy fairy of sunshine, again with the sunshine, brings lots of life-giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. I kind of feel like your person, they might have, you know, everybody has some dark thoughts, some dark feelings, their shadow self, they have that. But again, we get this light, and then like I said with the metamorph here, that they kind of feel like you bring them back into feeling like themselves, like a person, like grounding them. They may be the kind of person who is a job hopper that goes from one opportunity to the next. They might be day trading one day, they might be doing online marketing the next, affiliate marketing, things like that. They might be chasing dreams, but with you and your input and you pulling them back down to earth, then they're like, wait a second, I need to think this through a little bit more than my initial, like, ooh, this get rich quick scheme. So I feel like this kind of like, I said muse in here, so I feel like you might be their muse in a little way. So they uplift you and get you excited about interesting things and new opportunities and new adventures, and you help them ground those adventures so that they're actually something tangible at the end of it. It's not just a flash in the pan kind of thing. Let's see my other deck. What else? Think and feel. What do they think and feel about group 2? They have their eye on you. Eye and third eye. Look at this. That's interesting. We have eye and third eye. They may not always be the most talkative person. With eye, they see you. They see who you are. They like who you are. And they see you on a very deep level here when we've got the third eye. So the eye is kind of like there's like five cards that are like this with the mouth here in the deck. And this means that they observe things before they say things. So even though they're like this adventurous, impetuous person, they might be the kind of like, they might be a little shy, and they may not always tell you all of these things, but they see it, they view it. They may not even know how to necessarily say the way that they think and feel about you, because I kind of feel like the way they think about and feel about you is not normal for them, or is a new experience for them in a very positive way. When we have the third eye chakra, the third eye is our pineal gland. It's between our eyes, and it helps like our psychic connection here. I feel like they again, it almost feels like destiny. They're destined to meet you, and they feel like that. If they believe in past lives, like they feel like they have that connection. If they believe in like destiny or fate, they believe in that connection. Soulmates, twin flames, things like that is a way that they would describe you. I feel like this is kind of like early though, when we've got this Knight of Cups, but it definitely has romance. They definitely have romantic feelings about you, and they get the warm and fuzzies here in the way that they think and the way that they feel about you. And they may think things more than they express it. They may, but pay attention to their actions. I feel like their actions are something that is very, and you should always, yeah, you're gonna know if anything has changed or how they really think and feel about you by their actions, and how they treat you. So even though they're not expressing it or not saying it, how do you feel about them? Because there's a lot of feel cards here, the Knight of Cups and the Lovers. I feel like they want you to feel romance, they want you to feel loved. And if that is not coming from them, be careful, because they may have, again, they may have moved on to that next adventure. But it just all depends on how much they can morph. It all depends on how much, like this rolling stone is going to stop here and start gathering moss with you if this is like a long-term thing. Either way, I do feel like they, you know, if this is, you're asking about this, how they think and feel about you in a relationship, and they move on, they're always going to think that you are the one who got away. So if you had a relationship with you and it's over and you're like, what the heck happened? What do they think and feel about me now? Or we're not connected. They feel that you're the one who got away. And it's probably more about their nature and their inability to finish things than it is about you. As this domestic goddess or god. I feel like they just are this person who is at the moment moving, and if you're moving with them, great, but if you're not, that's the reason why. It's because you're not moving with them, or they feel like they need to move on to their next conquest or adventure, or there might be some fear here about actually putting down roots and actually grounding themselves and actually putting in some work. And if they can't put in work, they're not even as fun and as great as it is now. Like 5 years from now, you force them into a relationship and they're not the type to put in work, you're not going to be happy with it. So a lot of different turns that this can take, group 2. So just, you know, take what scenario fits you and your person, because this is a shifting and evolving person. This is a shifting and evolving situation. And it really depends on how you shift and evolve with them, or perhaps without them. Because I do feel like there's a great amount of you who, yeah, this is working, this is clicking, this is fun. And there's a lot of you who are, yeah, that was really fun. What happened? Well, it's their quest for adventure. Kind of reminds me of, I went to a wedding one time, and they were very free-spirited people, and the wedding was out of state for the groom. And it's where the bride lives. It was out of state for him, so he goes there, and they were going to have their wedding and fly to Canada the next day to go skiing. Well, I think this, anyway, he forgot his passport, so they couldn't go right away. And at the time, the bride just giggled, and she's like, oh, that's just how he is. You know, he said, you know, he forgets things, whatever. Which, you know, he was going to another state to get married, so he was taking a lot of things, but his passport's kind of important. Anyway, that didn't last because it was fun on the first day you're married, but 5 years later it was not so fun. You know, that free spirit wasn't as fun when you're paying for a house. So that's what I have for you, group 2. I hope that you have an amazing day. Thanks so much for being here with me, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, group 3. This is our very striking, very pretty Septarian nodule heart. I think it's pretty. I think if you're here, you think it's pretty too. Our golden art Nouveau, which I'm going to put here for a second. We'll get those out in a moment. I just wanted to pull a card for each group out of this deck for your person, because we want to know who they are, define them first, so that we kind of get an idea about their perspective, about how they see things, how they view the world, because that's important when we're talking about how they honestly think and feel about you, because you're just viewing it from your perspective. So we want to know from theirs. And we get the Hermit. The Hermit is a very I would say introverted person, somebody who's on their own. Probably they're stuck in their ways. They like their routines. They like who they are, because they've done some work on themselves. They've spent some time alone to figure those things out. They shine the light for others, so they could be a leader, even though they're an introvert, maybe like an unlikely leader. They get in leadership positions because they're thoughtful. They have a big picture. They think out things. So this says time spent in peaceful meditation and meaningful solitude. Shine your light as an example to others. Seek out or become a spiritual mentor. Self-discovery. So this is a person who is very in touch with who they are. And they may be very happy being alone. How they honestly think about you, how they think about you, how they feel about you. Okay, ooh. Okay, they might feel like you need to do kind of the same thing that they have done. Like I said, they're looking at the world through their own lens and their own perspective. They think that you should meditate. They think that you should calm down a little bit. You might be a little bit emotional for them. You might be a little bit, and this might be an instance of where opposites attract here. Nine of Pentacles, I think they see a lot of potential in you. Nine of Pentacles is a card about going out and conquering the world on your own. They don't think that you're quite there yet. There might be an age gap between the two of you. They're certainly seem to be a little bit more mature, or at least they view themselves as a little bit more mature than you are. They think that there are a lot of things that happen to you that you bring on yourself. They think that you might be a little dramatic sometimes with the social media, where you're like, but you put yourself in situations. I'm getting that. What is that song? You put yourself in situations, I think you know it's true. Situations where people look down on you. Everclear. That's an Everclear song. Where you are your own worst enemy. They think they feel like you're your own worst enemy, and they feel like when you aren't happy, nobody's happy. And I'm getting that image of Angela Bassett. It's a meme now, but I forget what movie that's in. But she gets really mad at this guy, and she takes this, I think it was a Mercedes, and she like torches it, and she's walking away, and there's flames in the background. She's like, boom, like, yeah, I'm really mad. So they feel like you maybe say things and do things that are not in your own best interest. And I'm not sure that they voice their opinions a lot with you, because I think that they feel if they tell you something that you take it the wrong way, that you're very sensitive. They see this boundary of swords around here with the Eight of Swords, and they're afraid to tell you things. They also think that you could be doing better financially. They have this really high opinion of you financially. And again, like, these cards, like this Eight of Swords and this Tower card, like, these are not the best cards. I will be blunt and honest with you. But it's because they have this high opinion of you. They think you can do better than what you're doing right now. So sorry about that, because I know a lot of times we're like, I am doing the best that I can. Again, they think that, but I feel like they have been through it. They have been through, that's why they're the Hermit. This is a major arcana card. They have been through a lot. So everything that you're going through right now, I think you could, They would like to impart their wisdom on you. Look at this dreamer card. That's so cool. They'd like to tell you how to make your dreams come true. They're not quite sure how to, because I feel like when they tell you something, you get really defensive about it, and you may even they think, or they feel like you would walk away from them or this situation in a heartbeat. They think that you would throw that away if they're honest with you, and they would like to open up communications. They'd like to tell you things. They'd like to get on the same page as you. They think that, yeah, you could meditate, you could chill out a little bit, you could calm down, you could break down your walls. They feel like you have these barriers, like you're the one who has the barriers between them. They would like you to take those down. They think that something happened in your childhood, and they would like you to heal it. Inner child. The fairies, this is a fairy deck, by the way. The fairies of playfulness remind you to make time to embrace your inner child. Keep playing. Playing keeps us young at heart. Do something silly and fun and be safe. Stay safe. They think that something happened in your childhood that make you so defensive. They want to be the safe person, the safe space for you, and this boundary that's coming up between you, they think it's coming from your end. So I don't know the situation. So you do, and you might be being defensive based on the things that I'm telling you. Healing, and now is the time for you to give and receive healing. Everyone has natural ability to heal others, yes, even you. I think they'd like to heal you. The problem is they feel like you need to be open to it. They would like you to meditate, to kind of bring up those, they think that there's things from the past that you're really stuck with. And they would like to see that inner child come out. They would love to see that. And I think they get glimpses of it. And it's beautiful enough and it's lovely enough that they want to see it more of it. They want to see more often. They want to see that from you. This damsel in distress kind of energy, this they see you as holding yourself back. They see you as you know, this meditation is Four of Swords. Like, they feel like they're a very safe person for you. They'd like you to meditate here on yourself. But it's interesting when we have the Four of Swords and the Tower here. They want you to rethink some of the things that you've built, and find the stability, find what is working, and grow and heal from there, rather than every time tearing things down. They see some things that are very destructive here. Okay, Nightcrawler. Yeah. They feel like they need to walk on eggshells sometimes with you, that they can't fully express, that there's something like they said, from the past. Palmistry. Very interesting. Palmistry talks about destiny. I was going to say destination. It talks about destiny. They feel like they have this special connection with you, and they feel like it's their destiny to help you see yourself in a better light. They want you to succeed, they really do, and they believe in you, and they believe in you at your core. They want you to think about the future, and maybe the future with them. They want you to see beyond right now, and they want you to release the past. They want you to let go of those things. Now, the Nightcrawler, like I said, when it came in, I was like, yeah, that they've got this, like, almost this darkness, this haunting that almost seems to be coming in for you. Maybe it's a past relationship. Maybe it is something from your childhood. Maybe you didn't have the best upbringing, or maybe your upbringing was different than theirs and they think theirs was the best because you've got some, because like you can have loving parents, but maybe they didn't have like a healthy relationship with money, or maybe they did speak, like have negative beliefs around certain things, and they really see your negative beliefs, whatever you've grown up with, as something that's holding you back. They would love to see you as like this strong, independent person who's creating all of their dreams. And going back to the Nightcrawler is somebody who is resilient. The Nightcrawler has really been through something. Maybe that was a past relationship where you had like a very terrible time, and they see that as a boundary to connecting with them now. They would like you to be more open with them. Now on their end, they're the Hermit, so they may not be the best at voicing these things or telling you these things, but they do see you as somebody who is very strong. The Nightcrawler is, you know, going through all of those, I mean, sometimes we have to go through these cycles to really kind of figure out who we are. They would like to see you succeed, though. They want to see you succeed. They think you can succeed. They see you as this strong, independent person who can create abundance and wealth and prosperity. And you can do that because you've been through this darkness. They've been through it too. I think they see themselves though as on the other side of it versus where you are. But yeah, the Dreamer here is about like opening up and sending ideas and clarity, and they really would like that for you, and they'd like to help you out with that. And they see themselves as well, they need you to do it for yourself. They can't do things for you, even if they consider them, you know, maybe they're here, or they see themselves as here to guide you to that next step. They see themselves as an example for you. And some of these arrows and ideas is really seeds that are penetrating in here, and they like I said, they want you to have fun, they want you to heal, they want you to progress and be better, because they see that in you, and they see this amazing, glorious person. They just think that you are your own worst enemy and holding yourself back. So that's what I have for you, group 3. I hope this helps. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, group of 4. So we have our Brecciated Jasper, our Mystical Medleys deck, which we will pull out in just a moment. I wanted to start with a card, and I did this for every pile. We start with like a defining card of your person, so we know who we're tapping into, the energy of this person. It also helps to know a little bit about them, about their character, about how they see the world. When we're talking about what they honestly think and feel about you, we need to know who they are to know how they see you. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is an amazing card. I love the Knight of Pentacles. Very down to earth. They might be an earth sign. What is it? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Yeah, I think that's it. Down to earth, hard-working, salt of the earth kind of person, keeps going, very stubborn type of energy. Knight of Pentacles is somebody who likes to move forward. They like to do things. They may not be at the quickest, fastest pace. That's okay. Like the tortoise and the hare, this is our tortoise. They just keep pushing and keep moving and keep going forward until they win, until they break something open. In this, we have our knight, and we usually have a knight here on a field with our horse, of course. And he is planning. He is planning on what he is growing here. They usually make moves for a community. They make moves for other people. And this says loyal, dedicated, protective, apprehensive. They plan carefully before taking action, but then when they get going, they just keep going and going. Pay attention to the details, wait for the perfect timing, a guardian angel or someone who watches over you. Okay, so very beautiful energy for your person that we're tapping into. So I feel like they want the best for you, and they're looking at you through that type of lens. So we're going to do think and feel over here, and of course the cards work together. They think that you worry about things a little too much, and they think that you lack patience. Now, this is somebody with an amazing amount of patience. So you can look at this and go, what are you talking about? I am a very patient person. But this is somebody who is playing the long game, and on a scale of 1 to 10 for patience, they are 15. So you could be 10 on the scale of patience, but they're going to look at you and think that you need to keep going with your patience or have a little bit more patience. I think they're going to think that about almost anybody. They feel like you need to take a break. They feel like you need to love yourself. I think that they wish that you loved yourself as much as they loved you, that you cared about yourself as much as they care about you. We always like to see Cups cards when we're talking about relationships. This person deeply cares about you. This might be something new. They might start developing some new types of feelings about you. That might be why we're asking it here. It could be somebody that you've known for a very, very long time. You feel like things are shifting, but they're not necessarily giving any indication of that. This feels new to them because they're a big picture kind of person. They don't make rash decisions. They don't just go out on a limb and take risks. They're very calculating person. They want you to take it easy. This is the Four of Swords. They'd love it if you took a little bit easy. When I'm looking at the Nine of Swords and the Four of Swords here, the Nine of Swords comes in with anxiety and confusion, and they want you to maybe meditate on that. They want you to relax. I think, you know, I'm seeing those memes of my hands look like this, so her hands can look like this type of energy, where somebody who is working very, very hard, it's like a blue collar, not necessarily that they're blue collar, but what I'm saying is, the idea of that meme is somebody who works very, very hard and that they make sacrifices for you, and they're willing and ready to do that, to make sacrifices for you so that you have some sort of peace of mind. They would love it if you would just calm down a little bit. And again, like this, you might say, oh, I am a calm person. Maybe in relation to the rest of the world, sure, but in relation to them, they would like you to just relax even a little bit more into this energy. Four of Swords is like take a break, give yourself a break, especially when we have Nine of Swords here. Nine of Swords is about anxiety and issues and problems coming in. Now, they may view you like this because you actually let your guard down and you respect them, and they're a very grounded person. So you tell them everything. They may not know that that's not like the persona that you show the world, or they understand that you are able to tell them things, and they kind of do want to be that person that you tell things to, because they want to be that person who is able to calm things down for you and help you out. A lot of these cards have kind of been coming out as like an extension of your person, but I see this more of how they see you. This is the Dundee. It is a very creative person. I think that when you create things, and I think you put a lot of work into things, they see you putting work into things, but you might be a little bit disappointed in your creations just because your creative mind and what you have in mind, and then what you're able to produce, at least within, you know, the allotted time that you have. We don't have infinite amount of time, right? Sometimes we work on deadlines. Sometimes we have a lot of other plans. It doesn't always come out the way that you see it, but they think that you are like amazingly talented. They think that you're very creative. They see you as hardworking, but they see you as being very hard on yourself when you're working on things. And again, they would love for you to lean into this creativity and to trust yourself and to respect yourself a little bit more, to appreciate the hard work that you've put in. Like, they know how it is to put hard work into things. They know how much of your heart and soul that you put into things. They love it for you to ask them for help. Okay, we have the Moon energy. Surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. If you're feeling confused, this fairy comes in to calm emotions and to reassure you that peace of mind is possible. I think they see themselves as this for you. They see you as a little bit confused, a little bit anxiety. That's why I pointed to the Nine of Swords here. We've got these swords. We have a lot of swirling thoughts around in your mind, and they'd like to help you anchor that energy in. These are fairy cards, by the way, which is why we say fairies. I don't think that your person sees themselves as a magical creature or a fairy. In fact, they're very practical. I don't think they'd ever say that about themselves. They might say that about you, though. They see you as very magical. And again, I said that they would love to offer you help. So ask for help. Angels are celestial beings who protect everyone, and the fairies say now is the time for you to ask for angelic assistance. So take that however you want to take that. If you feel like you need to connect in prayer to like angels or call your angels, I love that for you. But I feel like they see themselves as helping you. You know, knights are very gallant. Knights are very, and this Knight of Pentacles, when he sees you, this lovely, because I think he almost sees you as an earth angel, and you've got like, she sees you as this very beautiful, productive, creative person who's just a little bit more hard on themselves than they need to be. And they would love to offer you help. So your person they don't see you as helpless. They just see you as somebody who they think if they offer assistance, and it might be a little bit, they might be offering you help out of turn, or they think that they're helping, but because they don't see your vision, they don't, like for instance, my husband, he always offers me help with my channel. He doesn't know how to read cards. He doesn't know what we're doing here. It's so sweet though. You have to see it for what it is. It's a very sweet gesture that your knight wants to help you. They want to be there for you. So you have to, if it's not helping you in the way that you need to reassess things. We've got the Ace of Cups here. You need to assess things and ask for help in the way that you need it, because your knight is going to come to your aid. Your knight is going to offer help, but it may not be in the area that you need it. It may just be in the like, hey, I need to tell you all of these things and thoughts that are swirling around in my head so that they're out of my head. I don't need you to act on them. I just need to get them out. And then from there, I can handle it. But that's what I need from you. So make sure that you're very clear with them, because otherwise they're going to act in what they feel like is your best interest. Oh, love that. Loyal companion, a dog. So they see, and a fawn. Look at that. Very gentle in nature too. They may not be that gentle with other people, but they see you as a very loving and gentle person. They want to be very loving and gentle with you. They would like to be your protector. They would like hugs from you. That's how they feel like being around you just warms them up, and they would like to be that for you as well. So that is kind of like this two-way street that I'm seeing with them. The fawn energy, new, beautiful. I don't know if there's an age difference. There's not necessarily. Maybe for some of you there might be an age difference or experience difference. This may be even just somebody that you work for, your mentor. They're helping you. They see themselves as their mentor, and they really genuinely want the best for you. For others, this could be a romantic connection, and again, like they want to see you blossom and develop and move forward. And it's not necessarily, if this is a relationship thing, a condescending thing, because they are always constantly moving forward too. Your forward progression, your forward movements are where you see your progress. You might want bigger chunks than they want. Again, they're very practical. They're very like, we just keep moving forward, one foot in front of another, and we're gonna get there. And you're like, I want to get there now. I'm gonna take a jet plane there. I'll meet you there when we get there. But then that comes with this other like confusion or this need for rest and stuff that they see for you. But anyway, this very loving. They want to be in contact with you. They love having you around. Your person really thinks that, again, that you're a hard worker, that you, and you deserve the best, and they would love to see you really express yourself creatively. They think you're amazing, whether you question yourself or not. When you do question yourself, they want you to take that with perspective. They want you to take a moment, take a breath, and really appreciate where you've come from and where you are now. They want you to see that progress. They want you to see those goals that you have, that you've moved forward on them. Even though if they may not be fast enough for you, they're seeing the big picture, and they remember when you didn't have your creation, when it was just a thought, and now they're very proud of you. I see a lot of pride in here as well. And again, they're really, really willing to help you in any way that you need it. It's either if they're not offering it, it may be because they've offered it before, but it wasn't exactly what you needed, so you turn them down, or they don't know how they can be of assistance to you. Even though internally you might have a lot of questions about what's going on, or they're not going to answer questions for you unless you specifically ask. So this is somebody who is just very there for you. So don't feel bad about asking them for help, because that is what they feel like their role in your life is to help you in whatever capacity that they can, probably monetarily. So for some of you, I really feel like this is somebody you work with, and they just are a very genuinely good-hearted, nice person. They're not necessarily looking for anything out of it other than the reciprocal energy of somebody that they work with and having a good time working with you. For others of you, this is somebody who is playing the long game and really wants to plan a life with you, like a romantic connection. I really see that. Now, it may be that your goals and dreams don't line up. So that's something you have to answer for yourself, because do they move quick enough for you? But I think that they want to at least be a very lovely and stabilizing force in your life. So that's what I have for you, group 4. I hope that you have an amazing day. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you in the next reading.